Bear with me. I just woke up, so I'm not 100% right now, but I will do my best to record another reaction video for you guys. And yeah. What is up, you guys? My name is ShawKill, and welcome to another Terraria reaction. This one actually came from one of you guys, the viewers, that said I should react to this. I probably will like this and enjoy this. And yeah, we're gonna jump into more Journey's End reactions. If you do enjoy, make sure you like the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you can get all the updates on the channel. Just lets you know when we're going live, and that sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't want to promote myself too much in the beginning. I just want to get to this reaction. Hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, this seems interesting. Let's just put it this way. I've already read through kind of this whole entire post because of an issue that I had earlier. I was doing a recording of it, and I was like in the middle of the recording when I realized that my audio was messed up. This was last night. So I stayed up way too late trying to get recordings down, and I was only able to get the one recording finished. I uploaded it probably about, like, according to this video's recording, about maybe 5 minutes ago. So this is the time frame. This is where this is at, and we're gonna go talk about Journey Mode, the accessible evolution of a Terraria experience. A lot of stuff in this seems really interesting. I don't know how to explain this. I'm not going to go ahead and voice over anything, but I do want to just talk about it. I think that this is going to be a good staple to the game. And yeah, so let's talk about it. So one of the things that they mentioned in here for sure is that they're not wanting this to be a creative mode. It says it right here. I don't know how well you guys can see. But they are mentioning that this is not a creative mode. They want this to be a different way to experience the game rather than making it a basic creative mode. There is creative options in this mode, but it requires you to unlock those creative options. So just want to mention that beforehand. Makes sense. So let's dive into it. So before we get started, there is a new world type. This is the world type stuff. Essentially, you have your soft core, medium core, hardcore, and then the last one is the new one for your character type, which is called Journey. This is how you're going to select this specific option for your character in the creation menu. As well as with the world, so it's not just going to be Journey, right, for just the character. You also have to select Journey for the world, too. If you do not select Journey, you won't be able to play your Journey character on any other world. You can only play it on Journey worlds, which makes sense. You still have the options for random, corruption, or crimson. You still have the options for small, medium, or large. But they're wanting you to understand that Journey is only allowed on that character. Now note, you can make a secondary world. So let's say if you wanted both corruption and crimson blocks, right? You can make a corruption world that's Journey and a crimson world that's Journey, and you can transfer both of those blocks from either or worlds based upon your character. So you don't have to worry specifically about that. The only thing that will not transfer from what I have seen so far is the bestiary. The bestiary is specific to the world. That's not going to transfer over. So if you get corruption mobs or a corruption world, you won't be able to fill out your bestiary for the crimson mobs. It is something that is not going to happen. But Journey mode, when it comes to all the stuff in the game, you can swatch between corruption and crimson to get all the blocks and all the different things in the world, which I think is really cool. Another thing that they've done, which I think is very interesting, but once again, they want to emphasize that this is either a different way for you to play the game or a different way to play the game in general, right? They give you a lot of interesting starter gear. For instance, in starters, they give you the starter wings. That's probably the most prominent one. Another one that's really interesting is the Finch staff. I think the Finch staff is interesting. I want them to make the Finch staff in the base game. That would be cool if it is. Essentially, it's a little bird that flies around and attacks things. So it's a summon item, I should say. On top of that, you also get the iron short sword, iron axe, iron pickaxe, and iron hammer. Those are just upgrades from the basic copper pickaxes and the copper short swords that we were all used to before. On top of that, 100 torches, 100 rope, and the magic mirror. So, magic mirror is really useful. You can just teleport around and you can go back to your base. So, it's really nice and really useful. This is the bread and the butter of everything, which is the R&D. I consider it research and development, but they call it research and duplication. Makes sense. You research things. As you research stuff, you'll be able to then put it into your crafting menu and your creative menu. And you can be able to take out full stacks of things or armors and take out armor pieces and be able to trade with your friends. This sounds like a really cool idea, and I like this idea. So you got the research here. As you can see, if you put only 50 wood in there, it will only research 50 wood. If you put another 10 wood in there, then it will research 60. But once you place the last 40 in there, it will clamp together, and it is now gone. But here's the kicker. It will then be placed into your other menu. So the gear right here is going to be your research menu. And then this little block thing right here is going to be your crafting menu. Essentially the crafting menu of journey mode. Another thing that is in here is the duplication menu for it, is that there's also search functions for it, that you can make anything in there. You could put weapons, you could put armors, you could put, gems, you can put ore pieces, you could put chests, you could put anything. You can literally put anything in this menu. If it's a block in the game, you can put it in here. If it's a potion, you can put it in here. I'm assuming you could put potions in here. That would be fun. That would be interesting. Like, that just sounds like it's just cheesy, but at the same time, it's like, hey, we give you all these options, here you go. And I think that'd be cool. I think it would be utilized a lot in journey mode based playthroughs. I like the features. I don't know. I think that there might be too overpowered in a sense, but I think they just don't care. Because it is a creative mode. It's essentially a creative mode. But once again, it's a creative mode where you can decide how to play the game. So, I think this is pretty cool. I like this. Another thing is here, yep, you got the consumables. You got all the different tabs up top. And on top of that, you do have search bar. So you can also search for things like a Night's Edge. So the power to manipulate the world. This is where the whole creative, like, you can do whatever you want with the world. It does not matter. You can do anything with it. So you can change the weather. As an example, you can make it go from a clear sky to a monsoon in the blink of an eye, like in a snap. You just switch the thing and it just goes. It does its stuff. Another thing you can do is you can change the wind. So if you want to go fly kites with your friends on a server, you can change the wind from going an eastbound wind to a westbound wind, or no wind at all. Let's say if the wind is really annoying to you. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, weather control is fun. And if you want to go fishing on certain days and fish with your friends, you can all switch it to a different day, and boom, you can now go fishing with your friends. Another thing here is Back to the Future and back again. So this right here is time manipulation. You can work with your friends. You can freeze time, so this way you guys can all stay up during the day and just run around and kill a bunch of like daytime mobs. If you need to do some farming at night, or if you want to kill boss, you could switch it to nighttime and fight the boss. You can also change and speed up how fast it goes. So let's say if you want it during a specific shot and you want to make a screenshot as a YouTuber or something like that for your in-game time, you can also switch the time around that way, so you can get the sun at the perfect spot and then freeze it and then take pictures and do that sort of stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. I like this. This is really nice. And another thing here is, like I said before, like they also said as well, is that you can also change not only those kind of modifiers, but you can change the difficulty of things. So let's say if you want to play journey mode and you want to play on the difficult modes, right? You want to be making this game as hard as possible. You can actually make it, a master mode level, a master mode world. On top of that, you can also change spawn rates, right? The spawn rates of enemies. You can change that and make that go up to the max. Especially if you're on servers or something like that where you want to have a lot of mobs, because there's not enough mobs for you guys to fight. That would be fun. I think that's a really good change and a really good idea. and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that a lot. This is a picture. So I laughed at this when I first saw this, because if you haven't played modded before, I play a lot of modded recently, and to me, like, yes, I see this and I see a lot of slimes. I'm thinking, yeah, that is a lot of slimes. But have you not played Thorium? This is literally the first thing that I said to myself. Have you not played Thorium? Have you not used a war potion? Have you not seen what kind of hell that you can go through with a war potion? You're crazy. I want to see what... Okay, so before anything else, I kind of wanted to see what a blood moon would look like with this. Because a blood moon has increased spawn rates already. You're going to times that by 10, and you can run like a basic battle potion. And if you do that, and it's absolutely bat crazy, then I will say yes, then this is going to be fun. But if that's not the case, then I don't know. But we'll see. So a couple of other things in there which we got to watch out for. God mode is disabled, God mode enabled. So this is something that is in the game now. It's God mode. Obviously, like I said, this is more of like a creative, in quotations, idea. So God mode, if you're building and you don't want things to kill you and you want to work on building stuff, there you go. You will never die. Let's say if you hate these certain boss and you want to just cheese it, there you go. You don't have to worry about it again. Another one that's in here is the infection spread. Let's say if you hate infection spread and you want to get rid of that, then boom, there you go. You got corruption over your jungle and you don't want it to spread into your jungle. Well, now you can stop it. You don't have to worry about that. And the last one, which is huge for building, is increased placement range. That's going to be fun. I do like building myself, and this is kind of like a good idea of how far away you can build. So this is in the normal house, right? This is normal building area, and this right here is your increased placement range. And once again, Chippy does his little fun stuff where he talks about it in his video. Actually, this is a full-on video itself, so it kind of like explains like everything that is said up above. He doesn't go way too in depth into it either, but we're not going to watch it because I can't watch it. So, so far, my opinions on it, you're probably going to want my opinions from both like a speedrunning personality, like speedrunning, and then Justin in general. So my in general thoughts about this is I think that this is going to be absolutely amazing. I think this is going to be a great idea, and I think a lot of people are going to utilize this, this whole journey mode. I think it's going to be great for the game. I think it's a good idea for the game. A lot of people wanted like some sort of creative mode into the game, and this is as best as they're going to give us. It's not too overpowered in a sense because it's something that you can you have to work for still. So it's not just like, oh, you step into the game and you get Luminite bars. Oh, you step into the game and you can get yourself a Mjolnir right now. You know, you have to still get there, which is the journey, right? You still have to embark on your journey to get there. So I do like that option. But when it gives you all the stuff that you're available to, you can get all the stuff you need. So I do like that a lot. In terms of like a speed running idea, I don't know 100%. I personally wouldn't use this in a speedrunning idea because it breaks a lot of like the rules and ideas of the speedrunning. Now, of course, with like the bosses and stuff like that, like there's some bosses like Eater of World, or not Eater of World, so Eye of Cthulhu or Skeletron, where let's say you get all set up and you're ready to go and you're ready to fight the boss, and you have to wait like 4 minutes for the nighttime to go, and you're just like, I just want to fight this boss, you know. Then, yeah, there's some things in here that would make sense to it, like the time manipulation. If they're going to give you and force you into a time manipulation thing, then, you know, might as well use it. The only issue with the speedrunning is, in my opinion, so if you start off in the world and you get into the world, you should, like, freeze time, right? Click on... I think the speedrun would start once... So the issue with it's really hard to tell because like when it comes to the speedruns and stuff, a lot of times like your first initial like second of the world is kind of like how you dictate your speedrun. But like if you spawn like right here, and with you getting the knowledge that you have of just this base area right here, it gives you enough knowledge to know, okay, where's the closest tree? What's the tallest closest tree that I could probably chop down? And then from there, which way do I go? And typically seeing this, right, if I spawned here, I'm always going to go right. And I'm always going to chop down this tree. I might go and chop down this tree too, right? But most of the time, I would see this and I would go right, right? If I saw a tree that was bigger left, then I would go left, right? But that's kind of like how I would see it. And giving you this option where you have to scroll to whatever difficulty it is. So if you want to get to like medium, I wonder if you can click on the normal and it would just go straight to the normal difficulty, right? Then you could start your speed run. I think that's where the issue comes in. So, we'll see how it works. We'll see how they implement it. And then another big thing that is scary with it is also God mode. You know, having that option available to you at any point in time. I think that would have to be a banned thing. I would assume that would be a bad thing. Please make that a banned thing, because that would be a little bit cheesy. Placement range for building. You could probably do the placement range for building. That'd be fine. Infection spread would be fine if you want to disable that. But the building one, or the God mode one, I would totally have banned. That would just be my opinion. But if you're using it for the controls specifically given to you, like the time feature and spawn rates and setting it to whatever difficulty that you want to here, I think this is a great idea. Then you also have your duplication stuff in here if you want to dupe. A lot of people use like the basic dupe idea. This would give you another option for it. This way you don't have to build that little silly thing. So, my opinion, I think this is a route in the right direction. But obviously, this is my opinion. I would like to hear yours in the comment section down below, what you guys think. And on top of that, if you are interested in watching 1.4 live, I know that the big guys are going to be doing it, but I will be doing it on my channel as well. I don't know yet if I'm going to do another 24-hour stream, because last time that they did a 1.3 release, I did a 24-hour stream that day, and it was hell. But we'll see when the time comes. But in the meantime, I do appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you check those links down below. Yeah, and you already know what to do. So I'll just end it here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later. This is Shaw. I'm out of here.